G'day guys, how you going? My name's Brad. You've probably seen a few of my unboxing videos. I've only got 2 at the moment, and they were done about 8 months ago. So this is a little update video. Now, I'm not doing an unboxing today because I purchased this car second hand, and the car was pretty much brand new, and he only drove it once because it was for his wife. But other than that, it's immaculate. Like, there was nothing wrong with it. It was pretty much straight out of the box. It had one scratch underneath from him jumping a little gutter. But apart from that, it's perfectly fine. I'm doing this review on the Charisma M10DT, the Volkswagen Beetle. Now, this car's a brushless 2-wheel drive vehicle. It's got extremely good suspension and quite good driveline. The dog bones, everything is metal, so it doesn't have really any issues. I thrashed this thing around for a good hour and had no problems with it. The only problem I did have with it were the tyres. The tyres are quite hard compound for dirt bashing. It just slips all over the place. You have to really feather the throttle if you're going to do any sort of turning or anything like that. I'd recommend, if you're not on grass, mud or hard packed clay, that you just change those tyres straight out. It actually goes fairly well on sand, but still, unless it's packed sand, it's going to still probably dig in. The grip on the tyres is just minimal, and because they are so hard in the compound there, it just doesn't want to really grip around corners or get traction in the rear end. It's just like driving a rear-wheel drive drift car, but off-road. Other than that, first of all, the body is awesome. Such a cool little body. I've always wanted one of these things because it is such an iconic car, being the Barjar Beetle. It really has a great look overall. Now, you're probably wondering why this is so dirty. I haven't cleaned it because I love it dirty. I think it looks better dirty than it does clean. The only thing I have done is I've gone through and lubed all the drivetrain and the bearings on the front wheels, everything like that, because I was driving into a bit of sand. Other than that, yeah, it was sick. It was so fun. All my mate, well, I was out with one of my mates, and even he had a drive of it, and it's just crazy. It's got so much character for what it is. Now, basically, it looks like it runs on a short course style of chassis, 2-wheel drive, but the motor is not behind the drive shafts. It's actually in front of the drive shafts, and which means it's a lot more centered. Now, this is fully waterproof all around. It has oil-filled shocks that aren't adjustable. You do have to put spacers in, which kind of sucks. I hate that. I love to be able to wind them down and get it really sort of set to my likings. Straight out of the box though, it's fantastic. I've put up a video on YouTube of its first run in Townsville, and you'll instantly see how the rear wheels just want to ice skate all over that dirt. But again, it's a totally different car to anything else I've ever driven, so I'll give it the benefit of the doubt and just say, well, if I really want it to do what I want it to do, I'm going to have to change the tyres out straight away. So I'm probably going to get a set of Proline Badlands or some buckets with some rail tyres at the front. Yeah, other than that, I've actually hooked up lights to this as well. front and rear with flashing brake lights as well. I won't turn it on at the moment because I haven't got a battery in it. My battery's on charge, so I can't wait to take this out again. But I will just quickly pop the lid off and just show you what's underneath. So you can see I've hooked up the light system under there, as neat as I can. Pretty neat. And this is what you're running with. Okay, so it's a 3300 kV brushless motor, 540 size, so you could really put anything in it if you really wanted to. If I was going to upgrade, I personally would go a Trackstar waterproof system. I run one in my short course truck and it is so cool. It really punches hard and you can fully adjust it. It's got all the trimmings on it. It's got a fairly good servo for the steering servo, fully waterproof as well. And the only thing I did change was to a Dean's plug because the plug that comes with it, the yellow, God, I can't even remember what it's called. It's just a terrible plug, and I can't run any of my lipos unless I have a adapter for it. But I'm running the light system I'm running in it is a little drift light system. It's got heaps of options. You can put blinkers and extra lights and flashing lights and all sorts of stuff on it. Other than that, the hardware of the car, awesome, really durable. I took it off a couple of jumps and didn't have any troubles with breakages or anything. The bulkhead's nice and solid. The front A-arms are extremely thick and solid. I actually hit a metal rim that was stuck in the middle of the track that I didn't even see, and I hit it pretty hard, and all it did was jump it. And I flipped the car straight over, looked at the A-arms, and there's no scratching. There's barely even marks on the front bull bar, which again is quite a flexible bull bar, but it is very stiff at the back. The front one's good. The back one's fairly stiff, and I don't know whether that would cause any dramas with the shock tower. It is mounted in the centre of the shock tower, and it could actually crack it if you hit quite hard because of where it is located, but it is a very thick shock tower. It is plastic. I thought it would be aluminium. I don't know. The chassis is aluminium, and it's quite durable too. Again, I've taken over some pretty heavy duty stuff, and yeah, it's going pretty good so far. Okay, other than that, runs up to 3S lipo. It's nothing really much to tell you other than that. Great car. I would definitely buy another one if I had to, but I probably won't have to because hopefully this thing's going to stand up. If I was to make any upgrades on this thing, I'd probably change to a Savox servo, and I would upgrade the shocks straight away. I reckon the shocks, I'd upgrade it straight away above the servo or anything like that, because the servo is fairly decent. It's just the shocks that I don't like, and the tyres. Everything else is pretty good. Yeah, it's got heaps of torque down low. I reckon, because it runs up to 3S, I reckon on 3S 11.4 volts it would just be an absolute wheeling machine. But I don't think I really need to run it up that high. You'll see on the video it's got plenty of speed. But yeah, thanks for watching, and please subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Thanks.